Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. It is October 17th. It is 4 years since Canada legalized cannabis. So a pretty exciting day. Hope you're well. Going to jump into the before market close video. A little bit late coming out today. I was posting on social media all of that 4-year celebration. So I wanted to get that out, and also going to do another video here perhaps after hours, just celebrating the 4-year anniversary. But really looking forward to the next 4 years. And, you know, MJ's not going anywhere. I know it's been a rough few years, really, since Canada legalized. But it's just a matter of time. We're not going to stay at these absurdly low prices forever. And the next 4 years are going to be even better. But I'm just grateful to be alive and experiencing all this with all of you. It's easy to get caught up in price and get discouraged. But at the end of the day, we all know that this is the next, massive industry that's going to be unfolding before our eyes. And like I said, it's only going to happen once. And just grateful to be alive, grateful to be experiencing it, and also experiencing it with all of you. Also want to say thank you very much for 400,000 views. This is lagging a little bit, but I did see that the channel surpassed 400,000 views. So pretty surreal feeling, getting close to that 500,000 mark. And it'll be an exciting day whenever I do breach that 1 million. But like I said, pretty surreal feeling. And once again, to all our fellow Canadians, happy 4 years of cannabis legalization in Canada. Before we jump into the market here and do an update, if anybody does have any ticker requests as well, make sure to drop them inside of Slack with the ticker and the exchange. We do have a pretty big week ahead with regards to earnings. So we are starting to see big tech earnings, and it'll continue over the next week as well, into next week. But some of the big highlights today were Bank of America, BNY Mellon, which we know is getting into crypto custody. And I do think that we're going to see a massive rally here into the end of the year in both equities and in the crypto market. Charles Schwab as well. In terms of after hours today, not really much. Tomorrow we've got Goldman Sachs. That'll be a big one. Johnson & Johnson. That's pretty much it. And then after close tomorrow, we have Netflix. Procter & Gamble before market open on Wednesday, the NASDAQ as well, and then the big one for this week, obviously, don't even have to say it, but it's Tesla Wednesday after market, after the market closes. IBM as well will be interesting. See what AT&T on Thursday morning, Snap after close on Thursday, and that's pretty much it. American Express and Verizon on Friday as well will be interesting. But in terms of Tesla and analyst estimates, we are expecting positive 1.03 on EPS, and the revenue is forecasted at 22.5 billion, which is a massive increase from last quarter. And we did beat the last 3 quarters in a row, so we'll see if we can continue that trend. I did take a trade on Tesla. Like I said, I had a entry of 208, and it hit 226. I didn't take any profit. Like I said, I'm not in it for taco gains. I'm looking to hold this potentially all the way up to about 240, 250, which would bring us back to our daily EMAs. But right now it's a daily inside bar. It got as low as 204 the day after my entry, and I had set my stop below 200. So I think it was 198. So if we hit 198, it'll sell my position. But we got as low as 204, and then today, high of the day, 221. So we'll see. All eyes will be on earnings coming out of daily oversold territory as well. In terms of the crypto space, we are dropping to a 15-minute lower low on a lot of our names. Ethereum still in a 15-minute downtrend. Same with Bitcoin. So we'll see if we can change that 15-minute trend. But in terms of the daily time frame, Bitcoin is standing out as stronger, more strong than the stock market at the moment. You can see here in terms of the daily time frame, it's a daily inside bar on SPY, and we haven't broken the high of Friday yet. But again, Bitcoin has been leading the market, and we could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross on Bitcoin, which would mean more upside. And we don't have any resistance until about 19,946. And we're breaking the high of yesterday, meaning we're starting the daily bounce for the second day in a row. And that could be a little bit of a clue that we could see SPY do the same here into tomorrow. But we still haven't confirmed a daily uptrend yet on SPY. This move's all coming off the low, so we still need to confirm that higher low and higher high to be back in a daily uptrend. Then we zoom out to the weekly, and then we'll watch for the weekly bounce to get underway, and then a weekly trend change. We're still in a monthly and weekly downtrend. So in terms of the macro time frames, we're still extremely bearish on the S&P 500. But like I said, SPY could potentially be following Bitcoin, giving us a little bit of a clue. And again, we could see the EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here on the daily. In terms of SPY, we could be gearing up for a bull cross on those EMAs as well. In terms of the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, it is a weekly inside bar. So we have resistance there, like I said, 19,946, and support at the low there at 18,160. If we lose support, we continue weekly consolidation for the second week in a row, and if we break resistance, we start the weekly bounce for the first time in about 3 weeks. So SPY, like I said, still need to confirm the daily uptrend. We're still in a weekly and monthly downtrend, and I mentioned to Sam was asking what is a good entry on Spxs. He said he sold about half. I'm all out of Spxs, which is an inverse leverage, 3x inverse leverage. So if SPY goes down 1%, SPXS should in theory go up 3%, and vice versa. If SPY goes up 1%, Spxs goes down 3%. So by looking at the .com fractal here, we're still following it extremely close, and it says that we could be potentially finding a bottom sometime between now and the November 8th elections. It says here into mid-November is where we could start our ascent, where we could start our ascent back up. And like I said, it's saying that we could see a bottom somewhere around 325 to 330, which again would be the previous all-time high before the COVID-19 dump. And then if we do see that drop back down to 330, 340s, I mean, 350 psychological has been strong support. We dipped below it. We got as low as 348, and we had a massive bounce after. I think it was the third or fourth biggest bounce or daily bounce in the S&P 500 in history. So we are seeing a strong support there, but again, can't lose sight of the fact that we're in a weekly and a monthly downtrend, and we still haven't confirmed a daily uptrend yet. So bears are still in full control, and if we do see one or two more legs down over the next few weeks, try to look for that temporary bottom, and then it says we could see a massive bounce here into the end of the year, into December, into January, and then that's where we would start to form another leg down. And that could bring us below 300s. So again, I'm expecting a drop to around 330, 325, and then we could see a massive 20% plus rally into the end of the year. And we could see that Santa Claus rally into the end of the year. So in regards to Sam's question, when should we add SPXS? You could add it now if you wanted. If you do think that we're going to, come down and test that 330, I think there's a 50-50 chance the bottom is in temporarily and that we could be heading back up to that 400, 410 level. We have no weekly resistance until 379. After that, there's nothing until 410. So that's why I'm targeting 400, 410. It's following the .com fractal as well. And as we know, we don't go straight down in a straight line forever. We are starting to see a little bit of hidden bullish divergence as well on the RSI, where we're trending higher with a higher low and higher high, and we're trending lower highs and lower lows on the price action. So there is a little bit of confluence there with regards to a temporary bottom being set. But again, still haven't confirmed a daily uptrend, so I'm a little skeptical. I think we could see one more leg down, and then I would look to add, because we're closer to support right now than we are resistance. And I do think that we could see one more potential leg down and then a massive rally into the end of the year. And I'll be looking to add SPXS again around 380, 400, right? And then just slowly scale back in as a hedge position to the long, to my long positions. But then it's saying we could see around sub 300 on the S&P 500 into March and April, and then May, sell in May and go away. Why are we bouncing here into May? Because we need bounces for the whales and the market makers to dump, right? So this kind of makes sense. If we think about sell in May and go away, we could potentially see another leg down, sub 300s into March. We get real bearish, and then we have a relief rally into May and June, and then into the summer is where we start to really get bearish, right? So I think this is, I'm quite confident this is going to play out this way. So the next couple of rallies in the broader market, I think, are going to be selling opportunities. It's not going to be buying opportunities. We should not get complacent. I think that if you've got any positions right now that you're looking to get out of, and you're scared of this, massive, maybe even another 40 or 50% from here levels, right? If we drop down to where it's saying we could go, it's saying another 36, 37% of downside just from current levels, right? And it could get even worse than that. So we have to come to terms with the fact that we could get pretty ugly here into the end of 2023 and into 2024. And again, if you're holding some tech stocks or something like that, like I don't think, with regards to MJ, obviously, I don't think there's any point on selling it. We're at all-time lows. Most names hitting all-time lows, down 80 to 90% since February 2021 highs. So I don't think MJ is going to be for selling in the next rally, because I do think that MJ could outperform the broader market. Obviously, if we see a hard and fast flush in the broader market, that's going to hurt MJ, but I think it would be short-lived and it would bounce back quickly. I think 2023 is going to be the year of MJ, and we're going to enter a potential new multi-year bull market. So personally, I'm just hedging my MJ longs and my altcoins longs with SPXs and shorting the S&P 500 and also keeping over a 6-figure cash position, a very large 6-figure cash position. So that's what I'm doing to hedge those bets. But again, if I was holding, which I'm not, if I was holding any tech stocks, I would really look to be selling them, or at least selling some of it into the next major rally, because I do think that we have a world of pain coming over the next year to 2 years. Again, not trying to be the bearer of bad news or create any FUD and instill fear in anybody, but it's just me being realistic and looking at the most probable outcome. In terms of the DXY, so it looks like we are starting weekly consolidation this week. Just barely. We lost the low there at 112.14. We hit at 111.92. So we are starting weekly consolidation, and we are at risk of a weekly downtrend here. This is exactly what I said. It's all about the weekly time frame. If we lose the weekly uptrend or confirm a weekly downtrend, so from here, if we lose 107.68, we lose the weekly uptrend. But now, since we have a lower high and a potential lower low, we could confirm a weekly downtrend. So if we lose 110.05 from here, we'll confirm a weekly downtrend with a lower high and a lower low. And that would be a huge momentum shift. And at that point, I would say that we're likely going to get monthly consolidation, because we haven't done so in about 10 months. So coming on almost a full year without any monthly pullback here on the dollar. So one would think that this adds confluence again to the fact that we could see a massive rally in equities and in the crypto market into the end of the year. And I think monthly consolidation could happen as soon as next month. It's hard to imagine we would do it this month. We would really need some bearish momentum on the dollar and some really positive economic factors to come. Maybe inflation goes down, or maybe we get like a Bitcoin ETF approved, a spot ETF. Maybe it's going to be hard to tell. But we know that Congress is they've got bills going through Congress right now to ban Congress members from owning stocks. So again, what do we know about the market? It's 110% manipulated, right? So we can't have an unmanipulated market. So we need a big rally into the end of the year so that those Congress people and Wall Street crooks can sell into that. And then when they ban themselves, they'll sell the top, just like the Fed did about a year and a half ago or a year ago. And then we'll see the real bear market begin. But I think that over the next 1 to 3 months, we're going to see the dollar extremely weak. That's going to create a lot of bullish momentum in the S&P 500, the broader market, stocks, equities, and crypto. And then, like I said, into December, into January, that's when we're really going to start to turn on the bear jets and see some massive downside in names like this, right? Because like I said, SPY from the low of March 2020, in 2 years, went up 125%. We got 10 years worth of gains in 2 years. The average rate of return, the average ROI and return on investment, annual return on the S&P 500 is about 12%. So we got 125% in 2 years. That's 10 years condensed into 2. So we need to expect a massive, massive drop to the downside. And we have no support really until 310. And then after that, nothing till 210. So now's the time to start developing those bearish cases and those plans, right? Don't get caught with a deer in the headlights like most people will. So like I said, Tesla, daily inside bar, just like SPY, pretty much all of our names are daily inside bars except for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has been leading the market. So again, giving us a little bit of a clue that we could see daily bounce into Tesla into tomorrow, and also following suit with the S&P 500. In terms of our individual names on the bear list, we have VEGA, RUM, and WNW. On the bull list, we have CWEB, INSG, and MVMD. So CWEB having a great day. High of the day was 112. Obviously, massive, massive move here off of the lows at 48 cents. In 21 days, it's up 132%. And I'm up about 70% on my CWEB long-term entry. This comes off the back of the partnership with the Major League Baseball League, MLB. So massive, massive partnership and massive, massive move. So congrats to the Bulls who took that one. But INSG, MVMD leading the bull list. In terms of Canadian MJ, so Canadian MJ, taking a look at Tilray, again, massive opportunity. I did a video last week, I think it was, on Friday. I said, Tilray Brands, monster trade opportunity that was, right? So I said, as long as 283 held, we were still in the daily uptrend. We came back down, perfect double bottom, right at 283 to the penny. And if you entered there just with a stop, say below 280, you would have risked about 1.5% to make upwards of 20 to 25%. So those are the risk to rewards you'd like to see if you're looking for day trades or swing trades. Those are the type of opportunities where if we would have lost that, we would have lost the daily uptrend. Then we had a double bottom. So that added confluence to the fact that we could be setting a nice bottom here because A, we double bottom, and B, we held the daily uptrend. And then into a massive bounce. And then another confluence here that we were looking at was the EMA 12 and 26. we could still see a bull cross that hasn't occurred yet. So that could mean a lot more upside from here and no resistance until 409 USD. So even from the high of the day today, we could still bounce another 15%. So this is why technical analysis and just knowing how to utilize charts and taking the odd trade every once in a while, swing trade, day trade, whatever you're looking to do, can be beneficial, right? And if you don't really know exactly what it is, that's why I've been calling these out. That's why I called out the Tesla trade. Lots of opportunity. In terms of the bull and bear list, we have WIB, Labs, and Fire and Flower leading the decline. On the bull list, we had NXTTF, TGOD, and VLNS. ACB, so Aurora up over 8% today. They did announce some new products. I took a look. Still not very impressive, to be honest. I posted it over in the Market Cannabis channel. And again, just even, what was the, I'll just bring it up here real quick. What did it say? Did I post it? I might have posted it in the news channel here. Yeah, so Aurora announces unprecedented fall product release across adult use and medical markets. But again, I wasn't overly impressed with those new products. And you would think that after all this time they'd get something going. And I see Grant just posted in the Market Cannabis, so it does make me uncomfortable that Hexo isn't up like others today. I'm optimistic about Hecto's earnings and EBITDA positive. They say every sale is now profitable, is just showing small profit possible. Yeah, I wouldn't, again, not worried about the day-to-day activity, not even the week-to-week activity. Nothing, the MJ market doesn't follow itself to the day, the second, the minute, the week even. You're better off looking at the, I'm just going to mark that as unread and come back to it, but you're better off at looking at the monthly time frame right now, because I still don't understand really how people say, like, I don't understand why, Hexo is only up 2% today and this MJ stock's up 7%. Like, it could very well be tomorrow that CGC is only up 1% and Hexo's up 6%, and then we're caught up, right? So that's how quickly things can change. And again, we're many, many months away from seeing any real reversal in MJ, and months away from confirming monthly uptrends, right? So what do we need to be confident that the bear market is in and we're starting a new bull market? We need monthly uptrends. What do we need for an uptrend? We need a low, a high, a higher low, and a higher high. So in order to get, let's just bring up Hexo here real quick. In order to get that monthly bounce to get underway, right, we still need to form a high. So we still need to break the high of last month, but we started to do this month. But we still need to go like this, form a high, a higher low, and then a higher high. That should take at least 3 to 4 months, right? We could potentially bounce next month, form a high, maybe bounce again the next month, 2 months, and then a higher low in the third month, and then a higher high in the fourth month. But we need at least 3 to 4 months worth of candles to give us that monthly uptrend. So you're looking at about 3 to 4 months at least before we're confident that a bottom is in, right? So in terms of the daily time frame, I wouldn't even be looking at it, right? In terms of MJ as a whole, just use the opportunity to accumulate. If you're already heavy on Hexo and you don't need any more, well, then move on to something else. Maybe consider adding, CGC or Tilray or MSOS or Cureleaf, or you know what I mean? Like maybe some retailers. If you don't have any retailers, maybe look at High Tide. If you don't have any ETFs, maybe look at hedging, kind of diversifying with an ETF. But again, with regards to the whole sector, it doesn't follow itself to the day, the second, the minute. You just need to look at the macro picture, and everything moves together, right? Same with crypto. Look at Quant, for example. I said Quant was a screaming buy when it was at 40 cents. $40, and today it hit 228. So from the lows there, just in 4 months, Quant is up almost 500%, right? So if you invested $1,000 4 months ago, it'll now be worth $5,000, right? If you invested $10,000, it'd be worth almost $50,000, right? So again, the whole sector doesn't follow itself together down to the second, the day, the minute. And then if we look at Bitcoin, how much is Bitcoin up in 4 months? Bitcoin isn't up at all. It's actually dropping to a lower low. And from the lows to the high there, it's only up 43%. So 500% versus, and this is why I've been saying I'm no interest in Bitcoin. I have no interest in Ethereum, because they've already hit their 3.618 FIB extensions, right? And the risk is to the downside. That's why I'm focusing on utility coins like Quant, XRP, XLM. And if you miss the Quant move, the next one I can guarantee you You know, nothing's guaranteed, I guess, but only guarantees. There's no guarantees, like I always say. But I'm close to as 100% as I can be that Filecoin is going to be massive, massive opportunities. Look where we are. We're at the lows, 480. We hit 472, just barely dip below it. And just in April of 2021, we were at $238. The all-time high is $430. If we go back just to April of 2021 highs, that's a 44x move. That's $1,000 investment into $44,000. The most you can lose is $1,000, and you could make $40,000. If we go up to the previous all-time high, that's 82x. So you're looking at a 50 to 100x opportunity. If you invest $1,000, you could have $50,000 or $100,000 for every $1,000 you invest, right? So again, this is why utility, this is decentralized file storage, and this is going to be a huge thing going into the next 10 years. Decentralized file storage. Look at cloud, look at all of the videos. Everything on social media is now videos, right? So we need that decentralized file storage. I think that's going to be a massive, massive project. We know that I think it was David Schwartz who was the co-founder of the XRP Ledger, and he's the chief technology officer at Ripple. He was actually talking about working at Filecoin before starting with Ripple, and he used to work for the NSA, in the US. So it's going to be, this is a huge project, right? So that's why I'm saying focus on those utility coins, and everything doesn't move together right down to the second of the minute, right? But overall, the trend is usually the same on the monthly time frame, right? So we need to kind of, I think, just step away from the day-to-day mentality with MJ, right? Because, like I said, it's going to be many months before the whole sector reverses, and when the whole sector reverses, everything will reverse. And if Hexo is still down at these low prices, then it'll just be a laggard, right? It'll probably shoot up and give the most risk to reward, right? Because we are near the lows, we're forming a nice floor and a base here of support. And then if the whole sector starts to reverse, we should see a hard and fast move where it plays catch up as a laggard. So MSOS, another great opportunity here. I said daily uptrend still intact as long as 879 held, and we did. And we're forming a bit of a support here. You can see the support trend line with the real candle bodies. And we could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. And then we're starting the daily bounce for the second day in a row, and we have no resistance up to about 1313. So even just from current levels, that's about a 32% move. So you could enter now with a stop below, if you want to allow a little bit more risk, you could enter now with a stop below 879. That'd be a nice swing trade. As if we hold that, we hold the daily uptrend similar to what Tilray did, right? So if Tilray lost 283, we lost the daily uptrend, was perfect double bottom, and then we started the bounce. Held the daily uptrend, double bottom, massive trade opportunity. MSOS, same thing. You can enter with a stop below 879. As if we lose that, daily uptrend is lost, and we could potentially see more lower lows and new all-time lows. In terms of the bull and bear list, we have Halo, TAUG, and BAM leading the decline today. In the bull list, we have CWeb, GRWG, and SHWZ. Checking in on SPY again real quick. So just closed, and SPY closed at 366. So still a daily inside bar. Looks like we could potentially see another daily inside bar in tightening range into tomorrow. So key levels to be watching tomorrow is 367.98 resistance and 363.97 support. If we lose support at 363.97, we start daily consolidation and we look for a higher low compared to 348.11, the low of the pullback here from the all-time highs. And then we scout a higher low and then a higher high. If we can confirm a daily uptrend, then we zoom out to the weekly, then we look for the weekly bounce to get underway, and then we look for a higher low and a higher high and a weekly trend change. Then we still need to change monthly timeframes, right? So we're still a lot of work to do. But if we break resistance, the high of today at 367.98 tomorrow, we start the daily bounce for this third day in a row. Actually, third day in 4 days. And then the more bounce we can find here, the more upside bulls can find here on this daily bounce, the more room they're going to form and allow themselves for a daily trend change. But if we do lose support tomorrow, we still, from the low of the day today, we could drop almost 4.5% just scouting a daily higher low. So it is looking pretty good here. But again, still in a weekly and monthly downtrend. And as per the .com fractal, it's saying that we could see one more potential leg down leading into the November 8th elections and then a massive rally into the end of the year. See if there's any ticker requests at the moment. Not seeing any ticker requests, just checking in on the community here. First ever tweet NFT, Jack Dorsey for CEO of Twitter sold for 2.9 million, ends up with a top bid of 90. Wow. I'll answer some of those questions and threads here in a moment. I want to end the stream. And I may also make this public after the fact. But all eyes will be on Tesla earnings going into Wednesday after market close. But once again, happy 4 years in Canada. Really looking forward to the next 4 years ahead. MJ isn't going anywhere. And we're going to see some life-changing opportunities. Not just people getting rich, but people are going to become generational wealthy for generations to come, right? It's going to be generational wealth for those who stay the course. All right, going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us. And we will see you guys in the chat room in a few minutes. Have a great night. See you on the next update.